What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $2.6 billion according to CoinGecko. CoinMarketCap ranks Cardano as the 9th most bullish community sentiment at over 93%. Bybit, with over $5.9 billion in 24-hour trade volume, features SNEK, hinting at a potential upcoming listing. Cardano crushes another nice poll, this time by Trust Wallet, with over 3,900 votes, surpassing BNB, Ethereum, and Solana, twice each of these projects. And Trust Wallet says over 22,000 votes later, the people have spoken. Cardano wins the on-chain World Cup, taking the title as the most represented chain. Massive respect to the ADA community for showing up. So big shout out to Trust Wallet for recognizing the social dominance, the community strength that Cardano has. CF Benchmark's FCA-regulated Benchmark Administrator powered by Kraken ranks Cardano ADA as yesterday's second best performer. We're not surprised. $100,000 of USDM has been minted. Cardano's MiCA-compliant and fiat-backed stablecoin now is getting very close to $12 million in reserves. Cardano's Lace wallet launches version 1.25 update. Users can now embed metadata in Bitcoin transactions to add extra context, messages, tags, link content, and create on-chain signals for Bitcoin transactions, benefiting developers, artists, power users, and more. In addition to, they also announced a partnership with NFT Print Lab to enable users to transform their favorite NFTs into high-quality physical art, all directly within Lace Wallet. I think that's a great idea. OKX doesn't post about Cardano often. Today they say Cardano is one of the most held assets in the US crypto reserve, and they also highlight how to easily buy ADA. Crypto Jebb says Cardano has an enormous amount of utility. ADA is massively undervalued. $2 is likely next before the end of this year, $10 by the end of the decade. He goes on to say that Cardano is one of the biggest altcoins that is going to melt faces this altcoin season. It's obvious that ADA is marching towards its all-time high. A major breakout is about to come. George CryptosRus also chiming in saying that Cardano's going to do great, especially since ADA's US-based and getting ETFs. Coinstore, with over $1.5 billion in 24-hour trade volume, will list USDA paired with USDT with zero trading fees, opening a direct trading path for Tether holders right into Cardano, a major step connecting ADA to global liquidity. So this is the first centralized exchange listing for Anzin's USDA. We're going to see a lot more, and this is great to leverage Tether and to create more throughput, more users. I love that idea. SEC Chairman Paul Atkins says on-chain stablecoins are very important. They're key, he says, to help lower costs and risks in the market because we can now move towards a near instantaneous payment settlement, helping innovation and getting our markets to be the best in the world. Doesn't sound like Bitcoin. Bloomberg Intelligence ETF research analyst James Seyfarth says staking for Ethereum ETFs will likely be approved as early as Q4 2025, a potential catalyst for altcoin season. This showcases growing institutional interest in proof-of-stake protocols like Cardano, arguably the best liquid staking. WanChain highlights its easy cross-chain direct swaps, such as ETH on Ethereum directly to wrapped USDC on Cardano. Simple as one click and 100% decentralized. As we know, WanChain is built on an extension based off of Ouroboros. So I imagine their uptime, the reliability, again, giving kudos, giving credit to Cardano. And it's just good to have more checkpoints for users to onboard. I think we're also going to see some more cross-chain routes between Cardano and VeChain because I don't think any of those routes exist. WanChain can help make that happen. Charles Hoskinson drops this amazing post. The discussion draft is out from Senate Banking, And here is how you can participate. Congratulations to Senator Tim Scott, Senator Cynthia Lummis, and everyone else for their hard work and vision. Let's get it done. So, amendments to the Securities Act, different proposals and whatnot. So a lot of discussions in this PDF. We won't go over everything. It's 35 pages, but it talks about responsible innovation, asset structure, identifying things, setting definitions, and much more. And there's also another PDF that's shared, shorter, where there's a lot of questions being asked for feedback. So including feedback on the discussion draft by August 5th, 2025. This 35-page one reads, Senate Banking Committee Digital Asset Market Structure Legislation Discussion Draft, and at the top, to amend the Securities Act of 1933 to impose disclosure requirements for certain transactions involving ancillary assets and for other purposes. We heard Charles tout that term ancillary assets, Senator Lummis working on a few more stuff for crypto assets. So in a nutshell, I think we're moving towards the right direction. This is a very long read. We'll just stick with the headers here. So table of contents, responsible securities innovation, protecting against illicit finance, responsible banking innovation, regulatory innovation, and then a lot of definitions, as Charles has alluded to in the past as well. But I'll link it below if you guys want to take a look at this in more detail. Tap Tools chimed in saying that under the proposed US regulatory framework we just took a brief look at, Cardano is likely to qualify as a digital commodity. Cardano fits the criteria definition: functionally decentralized, no active managerial control, utility-driven demand. And furthermore, to qualify as a commodity, not being a security, no reliance on managerial effort, SEC-approved decentralization certification, no meaningful team control in past 12 months, value comes from usage, not a core team, and finally, asset powers a working protocol, staking, governance. So Cardano is well prepared, well set for this, especially because Charles was even talking about presenting the Edinburgh Decentralization Index at Capitol Hill. So I think that from a decentralization perspective and everything else, I think we're well prepared for definitions and legislations, however they change moving forward. So we see this a lot. People are sharing this a lot, but guys, the SEC didn't fully approve the conversion of Bitwise 10 Crypto Index Fund into an ETF. Which ETF is this? This is the ETF that we saw announced back in November of last year, where Bitwise, with their crypto index fund, wanted to convert into an ETF, with Cardano as the 5th largest component in this ETF to be traded on New York Stock Exchange. However, Bloomberg Intelligence ETF analyst James says that we have approval of the Bitwise fund, but just like Grayscale's GDLC index, which includes Cardano, Bitwise has been stayed by either one or multiple commissioners. There's a pause. So that means they cannot actually convert it into an ETF yet. So if you see like tweets like this, it's actually false. It's not true. The conversion can't actually take place. It's kind of like one step forward, one step back. Just like Grayscale, we're going to have to wait until they remove that pause order. But I imagine everything's lining up for Q4 for a bunch of approvals. So just take that with a grain of salt. Bitwise 10 Crypto Index Fund can't be converted into an ETF yet. What else is going on? FBI drops investigation into Kraken crypto exchange founder. This is bullish. $410 billion PNC Bank partners with Coinbase to offer crypto services. Bullish. Telegram launches built-in crypto Ton wallet to its 87 million US users. Now, you might be thinking, well, it's Ton, who cares? The more that Telegram users are going to see crypto and things like this, they will circulate between different altcoins. So it's going to, at the end of the day, increase speculation, increase exposure to crypto, which is good for all of crypto. $4.3 trillion JP Morgan considers offering loans backed by clients' cryptocurrency holdings. I'm not sure if we covered that yesterday, but that's still pretty crazy, bullish. And finally, Senator John Thune says digital assets are the future and we must ensure America is at the forefront. So, Bitcoin dominance looks like, we still have a ways to go. It won't really go below 60% yet. But things are looking prime, guys. 119, I think we touched 120 today for Bitcoin. ADA at a nice 89 cents, very good. XRP looking very good as well, kind of consolidating at all-time high, which is crazy. We need Ethereum to lead beyond 4K, and we need this guy to wake up, the Russell 2000 index. It needs to reclaim its previous all-time highs as a precursor to retail being risk on. So there's still some metrics to watch. Look at social volume, look at Bitcoin dominance, look at Russell 2000 index. And just like Alex Becker says, as much as people think he's not serious, Ethereum needs to lead, and we've been seeing that happen. So pretty optimistic, guys, on the market. I think things are looking pretty good. I definitely want to give a shout out to Crypto Jebb, because he has been talking positively, objectively on Cardano, dating back way, way long ago, even in like the all-time low. So it's good to have that research. It's good to have that conviction based off of research, so that we don't fall, for even posts like this that we see, it doesn't tell the full story. And so do your research, guys. Take calculated risks, diversify accordingly based off of your plan. We'll continue to watch the exciting news and cover it daily, and we'll be here for the ride, guys. So smash that subscribe, smash that like. I think an amazing altcoin season is imminent, and I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.